rainy days and Wednesdays, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of humid out there with all that liquid sunshine, but
absolutely.
It'll help. I was just thinking on the way over here, it's going to help the farmers extend the summer crops and get the fall crops ready.
Absolutely. Hey, big happenings in Childersburg this weekend.
Absolutely. It's going to be a busy Friday with our congressman, the 3rd District Congressman Mike Rogers, coming to town, and he's calling his event On Your Corner. It's going to be this Friday from 12:30 until 1:30 at Childersburg City Hall. He'll update us a little bit, but more than anything else, Jimmy Dale, he wants this to be about the citizens speaking up. He gave a couple of issues that he'd like to discuss, but this is part of the August recess, come back home and mingle with the citizens and learn how they feel about things. So this is an important time, and if you can break away from 12:30 to 1:30 on Friday morning, by all means, please do so. We don't get these opportunities every day, so it's important to do that. Then a little bit later in the day, the big day for the Safe Family Services is they have the distribution day for all the school supplies for Sylacauga City and Talladega County school students. They won't turn anybody away if they happen to be from someplace else, but it's going to be Friday from 5 until 6 p.m. in Noble Park. I'm sure that in the case of inclement weather, which is always a possibility this week, that they'll probably move on over to the J. Craig Smith. I don't have that. That's just my idea.
That's what they've done before.
They've done that in the past, and cross their fingers and hope that Jim Armstrong is going to be ready for them over there. But that's a big day as we try to strive to make sure that every student gets to start the school year with the things that they need to grow and learn. And in the meantime, we have one more day today. I believe it's from 4 to 7 p.m. I could have the hours wrong. They'll still be collecting out at Walmart, and you can go all the way through today and drop off monetary donations or supplies at Safe Family Services over on Betsy Ross Lane.
It's almost like Santa Claus is coming in August with a vast supply of supplies available for kids.
Well, this has gotten to be a big deal over the years, and it's something that means so much to so many students because, you know, family budgets get stretched, and that's one thing that you can count on, is that SAFE is going to come through and all their many volunteers. I know that one of my favorite people has always been right in the middle of this mix. When she worked with SAFE, and then in her retirement, this is her baby, and that's Kathy Landers from the Talladega County Board of Education.
Special person.
So, absolutely.
We've talked several times about and showcased some of the downtown businesses, but what about the industrial complex over there? What's going on there?
Well, I got some unofficial good news. We have 2 industrial parks. One of them on Highway 76 is full. We do have one of the occupants over there that's looking for a place to expand their operation. Now, out on Plant Road, that one has been a little bit handicapped over the years because of some signs that were up warning of some environmental dangers that, for the most part, have been cleaned up for decades. And testing has, soil testing, well drilling and such has shown that. And it's my understanding that the Army Corps of Engineers has cleared the way for those signs to come down and some of the restrictions on the property to come out. There's a group in Childersburg that's trying to push for a new committee or authority to help develop the property all along the Coosa River Lake area in Childersburg, including that city-owned property across from the industrial park. And we've had some serious bites on that property and just haven't had anything come through, but that's just a matter of, you know, keep on keeping on. One of the first things that Mayor Ken Wesson did when he took over as mayor was to find out any deficiencies that were there on that property and do everything within the city's power to alleviate those problems, to make it more ready for industry. And a lot of progress has been made, but you know, sometimes things are just a little bit slow. In the meantime, the biggest problem that we have industrially, we have several industries that are looking to expand and hire, and finding that workforce that's capable and willing to come to work every day has proven to be. We're going to have to import some. We're going to have to find a way to accommodate those new folks with new housing, kind of like what happened starting in the late 50s and through the 60s when Kimberly-Clark was climbing in their employment ranks, and find a place for those people to live. Mayor Jim Heigl and Mayor Ken Wesson are both alumni from the paper mill, and that's an important factor that we need to accommodate as many folks working in the South Talladega County industries, and they're all looking to hire, and some pretty good wages. We just have to work with our schools, work with our community college, and get those people job ready.
Noticed last week that a new ambulance is going to be delivered to the fire department over there in 2019. And, you know, how important is these grants?
Oh, it's absolutely important. And that's another one of the big things that the current administration has done is they have, for the most part, just reinvented the fleet of vehicles that are available. They were running on baling wire and chewing gum for a long time, and they were spending so much money just keeping all these vehicles, from garbage and street department vehicles to police cars and ambulances, and slowly but surely they're able to use what resources that they have to replace those vehicles with new, modern, well-equipped ambulances, fire trucks, garbage trucks, and police cars. So that's a vitally important part of the community. They've really stepped up their game. And I spent most of the last couple of days working on trying to help a couple of businesses locate the right location for their new business. So things are going good. It's busy, but it's very positive busy, and there are a lot of things coming. And as soon as we get all this Highway 280 construction done, it's going to make a world of difference to construction along Highway 280. There are a number of projects that are on hold. You mentioned one before we came on the air with Dairy Queen. Some construction issues with gas lines being placed in front of their property slowed them down. A family emergency slowed it down, and they're going to have to wait now until after the construction is complete to turn the old Hardee's location into a new Dairy Queen. We've got O'Reilly's Auto Parts, a new Tierra Caliente, and then where they are now, there's going to be a taqueria, which is basically a grocery store with the Hispanic type products. So there are a lot of other projects coming on, and on September the 5th, that's a Wednesday, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., we're going to be having the grand opening of the new Lakeside Stone, as they took down the old... It's a beautiful building, and they moved in, as they say, a couple of weeks too quickly, and they're having to adjust a little bit, which is why we've had to keep putting off the ribbon cutting. But the ribbon cutting will be at 12:20, and we'll have the open house and grand opening from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. there. And I know that they're awfully excited about their new home, and got rid of the old falling in building that was El Gringo's, and they're truly excited to be there. It looks great, and they're going to be able to do a lot of wonderful work there.
Nothing slowing down the Childersburg Market Day, however.
No, we do have one of our grower vendors that I hope this rain is going to help extend his summer crops a little bit and bring on the fall. We should have each one of them, their timing is, of our three main growers, their timing is a little bit different, so we're going to be able to keep it going all the way through August and September, and then October and November have strictly fall crops, and that's an exciting time that we'll be able to carry our market on from before Memorial Day all the way through Thanksgiving.
What can they expect when they shop at the market?
Well, there are a lot of great produce still left. Most of the corn has played out, field corn and sweet corn. Occasionally they'll have a little bit of that. The squash is starting to play out. Okra is a big one. We've got some greens already coming in.
Now this is all locally grown,
yes,
is that correct?
This is all locally grown. We have one from Bonaire, one from Stewartville, and another from Alpine, just north of Winterboro. So, plus we've got Chris at home and her home baked goods, and Uncle Buddy with his homemade candies, and you need to stay away from that stuff.
sounds
It's
like
just
it.
way too good.
Yeah.
We have to watch our weight at this age. But and occasionally we have a few other attractions along the way, working on a couple of other things that I was hoping to have word on another vendor that we will be adding through the fall market, and it's going to be some exciting time for the market.
Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce is not just for Childersburg either.
No, we're trying our best to spread the love all over. We're very cognizant of the idea that most of the customers for our businesses in South Talladega County, most of the workers from South Talladega County, most of the people that go to school in South Talladega County, especially at CACC, come from outside the proper city and town limits of Sylacauga, Oak Grove, and Childersburg. And that means that we have a lot of neighbors that we want to feel welcome when they come into our area. So we spread out a little bit. We've got some members over in the south end of Shelby County that are excited to be a part of it. And it's the customers as much as anything. We have to realize that for us to grow, we have to welcome those people that come in from areas that have less than we do of ways to spend their money and other assets. We have an awful lot of outdoor recreational facilities, from golfing and shooting to hiking, biking, boating, fishing, hunting, and all sorts of things, and people do come here. We got a lot of glad hands from the softball tournament, people from all over the state saying, wow, this place has got some wonderful people and a lot of things to do. So they were appreciative, and we need to be appreciative of those things and the people that they attract.
All right. Let's do it again next week, Tom.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tom Roberts from the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, our guest this morning on Daybreak. More to do right after this.